Hi, I'm Patrick Barron, and this is a quick video to show how events are entered on the BAAKP website and how anybody can enter an event. Um, this is not meant to be a comprehensive explanation of how a website works, just simply focused on the practical aspects of how do we put our events into the website. So let's take a look at this is our home page here, and at the top we have the tabs in burgundy color. There's home, there's events right next to it, newsletters, videos, forum, etc. But we at this time are just interested in the events tab, so let's click on that and we go to the events page. Let's do a real quick tour of the events page. Starting at the top, in the blue-gray letters, we have upcoming events, of which it's currently showing. And for that, we simply have this living well with chronic kidney conditions. There's nothing else there. Past events are all of our events in the past, and we've been a busy group, and so you can see there's all sorts of events back there. But there's also this tab here for my events, because in a group, anybody, you can set things up where anybody can post an event. And if I had a bunch of events that were upcoming, these would be the events that I entered. On the right hand side is a plus button that says add. And if you were adding a new event, you would click that button and you'd get basically a form essentially that you needed to fill out with all the information for that event. We're not going to do that this time. We're actually going to do a quicker way, which is simply to take one of our existing events that matches what we want to enter, simply edit the dates on that, and update that, feature it on our events page, and we will be done. So let's take a look at how we do that. And of course, since there's such a strong or high rate of repeats to our event, the easiest way is to go back and look at a similar event. Now, on the right here, we have our calendar, and you can see that the next event today is July 1st, so the upcoming event is July 13th, and it's the Oakland Support Group meeting. So I go to past events and I look at the last East Bay Support Group meeting, and I find one that was on June 8th. I click on that, and when I click on that, you'll see there's this little box up here that appears that wasn't there before, and next to it is a little triangle, and I'm going to click on that triangle where it says options, and I'm going to click the copy event button. So now I have a copy of that old event, and I can go and update it, and I'll be done. So instead of June 8th up here, I'm going to change it to July 13th. The image here, this allows you, we can click on this and take a look at it. This is a graphics icon that cues people into what sort of event this is. In this case, since we copied an existing event, the East Bay group, we just leave it there. There's nothing to do here. You don't even need to click on this tab. If there was a new event, for instance, Willie does the Soul Stroll, so he could grab an image from their website and he could put that in here. The graphics that you load here need to be square in shape, but that's all the requirement is. They will adjust them to fit. So we're done here. We're not really changing anything. The description too remains the same, but I want to highlight how simple it is. So within this box here, and you can see with this little these diagonal lines at the bottom of this little window, you can resize the window as big or small as you want, and this is where you enter a description of the event. And this is like a simplified word processor. So if you go through the tabs on the left, you have a link. If you wanted to create a URL to some other information on the web, you'd use that. If you wanted to upload a picture, you'd use the image next to it. If you had some video footage you wanted to upload, you would use the media. Here's if you wanted the little paper clip. If you wanted to attach a file, you would click there and attach the file that you wanted to accompany this event. And these are just simple text formatting features. The B for bold text, I for italics, U for underlined. And if you want to do a bulleted list, an unordered list, you would click on this one here. And if you want an ordered list where you had numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, you would go to this list. And then here on the far right, you have the HTML editor. Now, most people wouldn't really touch this HTML editor. However, if you were a website programmer and you knew HTML, you could click there and you could add some fancier features to this, but to these text formats. But there's no real reason for our standard events to really go in there. The URL for this event that you're entering now is created automatically for you. You can see at the end here, it's taken the title from up here, the name, and it's just created, the system by itself has created this July 4th East Bay as the URL for the event. We're not real strict about managing our event types, but we may choose to do that in the future. So you could have this one here is in East Bay support, and this is support group meeting. And typically people would categorize and then reuse. So if we had educational presentation for our big quarterly events, we could so name them, but I haven't been very consistent with that. And here's the only section other than the actual title that we need to change, and that's the date. So to change the date, here's the date that's entered now, and this event is going to be on the 13th. So let's click on that tab. This is July 2014, and we come across here to the 13th, Sunday 13th, and we just click that. And so the event starts on July 13th. The time of day is 1 o'clock, 1 p.m. It ends at on the same day at 3 p.m. And this information here you don't need to touch, because for this particular event you chose something that matched what you want to enter, the next Oakland event. So the location is the Alta Bates Summit Medical Center, next to the MacArthur BART station being the best station. Street address is in there. City and town is in there. There's already a Google map directing you to the location. Our phone number is in here, and at the bottom it says organized by, and let's change that to, instead of my name, let's label that as BAKP. And at this point we are going to just click add event, and it's as simple as that. We come to this page here where it says invite to July 13th East Bay support group. Now, for many people that use this platform, the Ning platform, they have all of their members, their whole membership is on the website. We don't do that. We manage our membership list on a separate product called Constant Contact. So here on this invite page, you actually don't need to do anything. So we're actually done with the event. Let's click on the event page and come down here, and we see July 13th, East Bay Support Group, and all the information is there. So this event is done. There's one small thing that we might want to do, and that is to feature this event. So let's select. So you will have typically a whole list of events here, but if you click on this blue title at the top, it brings it up here with all the details for the event you just created. And you'll see there's a new box at the top here that wasn't there before. To the left of that Add button that I talked about before is a button called Options. And on the right side of that button, Options, is a little triangle. We click down on that and we click Feature. When we click Feature and we come back to our main events page by clicking Events again, so I'm back to this top bar in burgundy, and I click Events, and lo and behold, the event that we just created, the eSpace support group, is now highlighted in this box. And there's space here for about 5 events to be highlighted, and typically we use the full space for the latest 5 events. And here below is our July 13th event that we just entered. If we go to our home page by going to the top tabs, the burgundy color tabs, and clicking on the button on the far left, the home button, in the middle of the page here you will see events, and again you will see our July 13th event has now been entered. So when people come to our home page, they can immediately see the updated list of events that we are the group is putting together. So with that, this video is complete, and I hope it's useful to help people create events for our organization.